Simulang magbago ang lahat. Lahat ay binigay ng pangiti ka lang. Pati ko sinabi. Di ko na alam. Huwag na po, okay na po yun. Nakita naman sa iyong mga mata kung bakit pinili mo siya. Mahirap na ba? Okay na po yun, ayoko na. Ang sakit. Hello po. So, good morning po sa lahat. So, I'm Nowell Maac from Marinduque State College. And for today's meeting, I'll be reporting the topic about the planning processes and techniques. So, Gulick and Erwick developed the functions of
Good
management.
morning,
Popular
sir.
name. Hello po. Ay, nakikita po ba yung PowerPoint po?
Yes.
Yes po, copy.
Malinaw po yung boses ko po.
Yes naman.
So, Gulick and Ulrich developed the functions of management, popularly known as Fosby curve. One important function of management is planning. We have discussed the skills in decision-making, which is one of the important skills for a manager. These skills need to come together to support the process and function of management, or the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling resources to achieve specific goals. These are the contents and subtopics of my report. So number one, why and how managers plan. Number two, importance of planning. Topic three is the planning process. Topic four is the benefits of planning. And number five is planning and time management. So first, before we proceed to the subtopics, let's have first the meaning and concept of planning. So planning is a process which involves affected persons and approving authorities. It involves setting the goals and then determining the best way to achieve them. Also, it involves defining the organization's goals, establishing an overall strategy for achieving those goals, and it involves developing a comprehensive set of plans to integrate and coordinate organizational work. Planning gives direction, reduces the impact of change, and establishes coordinated effort. It also reduces uncertainty, minimizes waste and redundancy, and sets the standard using in controlling. So part one, let's have why and how managers plan. So the first topic is so bakit at paano nga ba nagpaplano ang mga managers? So we know that plan is very important in the organization. It serves as guide and it provides courses of action to address existing problems and establish direction for the organization in the next months or years. So why managers plan? So number one, aid to organizational system. Planning is that the initial tool to organizational success. It plans a key role for the main operation of the organization. It helps the managers to choose the simplest course of action among several alternatives and define a clear line of action. So number two is goal focus. Planning helps focus the eye of the managers and subordinates towards structured objectives. It determines the objectives and define lines of action to finish their work. Number 3 is innovation and creativity. Planning encourages innovative thought and artistic action among managers. So for example, kapag nagkakaroon ang top management ng committee meeting and planning, dito lumalabas yung pagiging creative and innovative ng mga managers in terms of providing new ideas, techniques, and strategies in order to attain their goals and to address their existing problems. So number 4 is ensure commitment. Planning ensures commitment of management toward structured goals. It sets the sentiments of responsibility of managers to facilitate, to convert individual goals to structured objectives. And number 5, improve efficiency. So among the components of planning, choosing a best course of action by evaluating several alternatives is very essential. Managers plan to improve the efficiency of its employees and the whole organization. So for example, improving efficiency is the streamlining of processes and procedures in every transaction. Unnecessary processes could be eliminated to shorten transaction and timely attain your targets in the delivery of services. Number 6 is a better coordination. Planning plays a vital role to facilitate higher coordination among all the authorities and members of the organization. So for example, sa MEC, sa Admin and Finance Department. So before magplano yung buong department, nagpaplano muna yung mga bawat unit and within the level of unit, bago sila magplano, nagpaplano muna yung mga offices. So kasi ang level ng sa admin, pag sa MSC is offices, then units, tapos yung isa department na. So we're in the level of offices, planning ng offices, nagkakaroon yung rank and file employees ng contribution wherein they can say their opinion or makakapag-suggest sila ng mga programs or activities towards the formulation of their concrete plan. So with this move, nagkakaroon ng proper coordination and harmonization ang mga plano ng bawat unit before they proceed to the departmental meetings. And pagdating doon sa departmental level, magiging smooth na yung takbo ng pagpaplano kasi na-harmonize na siya and well-coordinated na yung plan sa lahat. So next is how managers plan. So managers plan, organize, direct, and control resources to achieve specific goals. So number 1 is planning. It involves the setting of goals and then determining the best way or courses of action to achieve them. Number 2 is organizing. It means allocating resources to carry out the organization's plan. So it involves organizing its people, kung sino yung gagawa ng mga specific tasks and activities, equipment, or yung mga gagamitin para ma-execute ng maayos yung mga activities, materials, and the money. So we cannot execute the plans without using money. So yun, malaki yung role din ng budget towards the implementation and execution of our plan. So next is directing. It is the process of providing focus for employees and motivating them to achieve organizational goals. So managers direct tasks and activities to be accomplished to his or her subordinates. So dapat kapag nagdadirect yung managers, dapat hindi siya ganun ka-autocratic, in a sense na parang nawawala sa focus yung kanyang mga subordinates. So number 4 is controlling. It involves comparing actual to expected performance and taking corrective action when necessary. So like, if tingin ng managers medyo hindi kayang ma-achieve or maaring magkulang yung kanilang strategies para ma-attain yung kanilang target, so their team, with the initiative of the manager concerned, will formulate necessary action to ensure the success of their plan. So let's proceed to the part 2, the importance of planning. So we know that planning plays a vital role in management. It provides strategic direction for the organization and set goals and priorities towards organizational success and attains holistic development. So importance of planning. These are the 6 important importance of planning in an organization. So number 1 is efficient use of resources. All organizations, whether large or small, have limited resources. The planning process provides the information that top management needs to make effective decisions about how to allocate the resources in a way that will enable the organization to reach its objectives. Number 2 is establishing organizational goals. Setting goals that challenge everyone in the organization to strive for better performance is one of the key aspects of planning process. Goals must at all times be realistic and achievable. Sabi nga is, kapag nagpaplano tayo, dapat yung plano natin is realistic and achievable. Sabi nga is, dream big but be realistic. So number 3 is managing risk and uncertainty. Managing risk is essential to an organization's success. Unforeseen events occur that must be dealt with quickly before financial consequences happen in the organization. Managers attempt to envision possible risk factors and develop contingency plans to deal with them. At kailangan lang din ng organization na maging flexible sa rapid changes na pwedeng mangyari, and they must able to adjust their strategies to these changing conditions. Number 4 is team building and cooperation. Planning promotes team building and a spirit of cooperation. When the plan is completed and communicated to members of the organization, everyone knows what their responsibilities are and how other areas of the organization need their assistance and expertise in order to complete assigned tasks. Potential conflict could be reduced when top management solicits department managers' input during the goal-setting process. So dito, parang nagkakaroon siya ng consultation sa mga units na mas expert sa kanila. So for example, sa MSC, so when it comes to finances, magkukonsult si executive or si president sa admin and finance department, and si admin and finance department will consult naman or will get the opinion or suggestion ng financial management services composed of accounting office, cashier office, and budget office. So number 5 is creating competitive advantages. So planning helps the organizations get a realistic view of their current strengths and weaknesses relative to a major competitor. So number 6 is it improves decision making. Planning improves decision making process and time management in 2 ways. So number 1 is it helps managers to keep the focus on the goal and thus ask themselves on how alternative courses of action might facilitate. Second, the plan allows managers to be more far-sighted in a sense that they have a clear roadmap. They can think what effect an adopted decision will have on some long-term tasks and strategies. So kapag nagpaplano tayo, we'll make roadmap. So in every year, isiset natin yung goals natin or targets natin na sa ganitong year, o kuwari for 2022, ito dapat yung ma-achieve natin. So, for MSC, sa like ng vision niya ngayon, na to be a research-driven higher education by 2025. So, may target yung organization na specific year kung kailan ma-achieve yung ganong vision o yung ganong plano. And without a plan, manager's decision may not be strategic. So part 3 is about the planning process. Planning is a process which involves affected persons and approving authorities. It involves defining issues and problems, establishing goals and policies, adopting implementation measures, enforcing and carrying out those measures, and evaluating whether the formulated measures address the defined issues. So, the planning process involves the following. Number one, identify the problems. Managers must first identify the existing problems in the organization. So one example, in the research department, nakita ng research department na maliit yung percentage ng research output na napuproduce ng college noong nakaraang taon. And they need to look for strategies on how this input could be increased. So, number two is set goals. So, top management should set goals on how these problems could be addressed. So, like in research, like what I mentioned a while ago, they will set goals on how they could increase the number of produced research output to meet the performance target of the institution in terms of research. So, number three is gather and analyze data. Top management must gather data to come up to valid and reliable courses of action. So top management should gather data on why employees have low engagement in research and how they could motivate their people to conduct research. And upon retrieving this data, they will analyze and interpret this one by one para makapag-come up sila sa mga possible courses of action na may a-apply nila sa kanilang existing problem. So number four is identify courses of action. So specific courses of action will help the organization address their problems, identifying possible strategies on how they could address these problems. So top management will identify strategies to increase the research engagement of its employees. Pwedeng mag-conduct sila ng training and workshop about research and proposal writing kasi baka hindi sila ganun ka-familiar kaya hindi sila nagkakandak or maaring may output sila but failed to present to various conferences and fora. So number five is evaluate courses of action. So managers should evaluate whether their courses of action will address their problems. So managers should ensure if it's effective to the problems or not. Number six is select best course of action. Managers should choose from the presented courses of action which they think is the best and effective courses of action to achieve their goals and targets. And number seven is implement or monitor the plan. Top management, upon implementation of the plan, must monitor whether their executed plan is an effective one and if it solved their problems existed in the organization. So that is the simple planning process which is realistically practiced by all organizations. So the next topic is about the benefits of planning. Planning provides benefits that facilitates progress even when faced with uncertainty and a constant changing environment. So these are some of the benefits of planning in the organization. So number one is planning provides a guide for action. Plans can direct everyone's action towards desired outcomes. When actions are coordinated and focused on specific outcomes, they are much more effective. Number two, plans provide motivation and commitment. People are not motivated when they do not have clear goals and do not know what is expected of them. People are more likely to work toward a goal they know and understand. If you know your plans and your tasks and roles towards the achievement of such plans, you will become more motivated and committed because you know that your accomplishment will form part towards the attainment of the goals of the whole organization. Number three is planning allows flexibility. Through the goal-setting process, managers identify key resources in organization as well as critical factors outside the organization that need to be monitored. Number four, planning improves resource utilization. Resources are always scarce in organization, and managers need to make sure that these resources used effectively. And number five, plan sets performance standards. So planning defines desired outcomes as well as milestones to define progress. It provides standards on how this plan could be achieved and executed. So di ba sa mga plano naman ay may specific targets. So this target set standards na dapat yun yung particular na ma-achieve para to ensure yung organizational success at maating talaga yung kanilang plano. So, the last topic is about planning and time management. Time management plays an essential role in organizations and help employees to finish up assignments on time. Doing the right thing at the right time is called time management. It is essential for an individual to value time, as time once lost never comes back, no matter how much money you spend. So what is time management? So time management is the process of planning and controlling how much time to spend on specific activities. Good time management enables individuals to complete more in a shorter period of time, lower stress, and lead to career success. The ability to manage your time effectively is important. Good time management leads to improved efficiency and productivity, less stress, and more success in life. Time management is setting priorities and scheduling activities to help you make the best of your time. By managing your time, you can make progress towards your goals and achieve greater success. Planning helps an individual to know what all he needs to do urgently and what all can be done in a little later. To plan things better, employees should prepare a task plan where he can jot down tasks against the time slots assigned to each activity. High priority activities must come on top, followed by the ones which do not require immediate attention. Planning helps you accomplish urgent and critical tasks way ahead of the deadline. So, time management is very important for the organization kasi mas na-maximize nito yung kanyang resources. Cost effective din siya kasi nagagamit mo yung time mo properly, hindi nagkakaroon ng waste sa resources kasi kapag marami kang oras na sayang, parang maraming effort at maraming resources ka ding nasasayang. So time management doesn't happen automatically. It takes focus and effort. At this point, I'll be sharing with you some steps that would help you make time management into reality. So step one is make planning a priority. Make a commitment to yourself to plan your time every day. Hold yourself accountable to plan on a daily basis and stay focused on the activities that are important. So planning is very important sa atin kasi kapag naplano natin yung ating mga activities, mas marami tayong magagawa. So na mas na-manage natin yung time natin at mas nagiging productive tayo. Step 2, schedule the most important things first. We all have activities that we enjoy doing and other activities that we try to avoid. When you plan your day, start your day doing the things that are most important. So prioritization of your activities. So kung ano yung pinaka-urgent at may deadline talaga siya na mas maaga, yun yung una nating gawin. Then after that, isunod na natin yung kahit medyo malayo pa is gawin na din natin kung wala naman tayong ginagawa para ma-maximize natin yung ating time. At timely nating ma-achieve yung ating targets and goals. And step 3, add a little time between activities. Scheduling your time too tightly can cause stress and result in you being late to many of your commitments. So pag sobrang dikit-dikit naman yung activities, maaring mag-cause ito ng stress yo. Maaring mag-lapse ka dun sa expected time or inallow mong time sa sarili mo na ma-accomplish yung task na yun. So, if you fail to accomplish that task on time, magkakause yun ng stress sa iyo at mawawala ka sa focus mo. So, kailangan may konting palugis ka doon sa iyong mga activities. And we need to remember that and practice na time management sa ating daily activities for us to be productive every day, stress-free every day, and happy every day because we accomplish our targets on time. So that ends my report po. Thank you for listening.